Welcome to another episode of Go with the Flow. It's Vernetta Lopez here with you, your daily company. I just keep you company every day. You know, just shooting the breeze, talking the talk, and yeah. So what's been happening? If you're watching this on a Thursday, January 22nd, so let's catch up. The Eurasian hoopoe was spotted after nearly 40 years. Wow! The Eurasian hoopoe. Well, this Eurasian hoe has been here for 52 years, but them bird watchers never create a stir. Do they mean Eurasian hippo? No. How about Eurasian hippie? What would that look like? Holding devil curry. Yeah. And then being like, peace out, y'all. Have the devil curry, y'all. No. That bugger. He just had the devil curry. No. All right, give me your impression of a Eurasian hippie. Maybe there was a typo. And do you think the store typo should have products all with the wrong spelling? I mean, it is called typo after all, right? Well, went down that bird hole. In other news, a self-driving car gonna langgar. Oh, have we had before? I think maybe one small tiny incident. Well, this one hit a road divider while doing road tests. So there were no passengers on board. Nobody got hurt. The car got a little bit, look, it's a test. Okay, it was a test, so don't be harsh. That's what testing is for. Although it is on the main road, but they're going slow, so it's okay. You know that Neil deGrasse's bearded science guy, he actually said that look, when it comes to self-driving car road tests, give it time. People will be like, oh, you see, this is why you should not have self-driving cars. Dude, humans are more dangerous on the roads than self-driving cars. Thing is, with tests, he was saying, that eventually they will come to a point where it will be perfect. It will take a bit of time. With humans, it will never be perfect. So it's better if we just let them test and get it right. Yeah. I mean, just the other day, at Mokyo, we had an accident there. Poor pedestrian, because of an accident. And it's like a human who was out of control of the car. He was a bit stunned. We don't know what happened. I don't know what the update is as of now. I don't know why he lost control of the car, but it can happen. And people who were doing Tai Chi in the square, they were running for their lives. Why? Because a human was in charge and it was at the wheel. So with the self-driving cars, I'm good with it. Let's get it going, right? Of course, I'm so sorry to all taxi drivers. So eventually it's like, upskill. Try something else. I'm so sorry. Mike was saying, Mike Kasem, my former partner on radio, says, wow, one day our kids will say, dude, you mean you were behind the wheel of that machine? And we'll go, yeah. And then they'll say, were there accidents? And we'll say, yeah. And it'll just be one of those things, right? Like, what? What were the things before that we went, oh my gosh, humans used to do that? I was watching the show Mad Men, right? And this is what based in they said it in the 50s or 60s. And they had a picnic in the park. And then after they're done, they just take the rubbish and just throw far away from where they were picnicking. But it's not in the litter bin. It's just out there. So to litter was something normal. And some countries are still doing that. But, times change. We all evolve, right? What else has been happening around the world? Did you see the guy in Vietnam, who proposed to his girlfriend on a suspension glass wet your pants, do a number two. Oh my god, I'll never cross that bridge. In Vietnam, the Rong Mei Glass Bridge is 2,200 meters or 7,200 feet above sea level. It goes up to 300 meters itself from the ground there. And it's like, hello? Would you say no? Of course, everybody was saying, what if you drop the ring? I think if you drop the ring, definitely a no. Okay? Forget about it. It's like, dude, you're gonna be that irresponsible, right? And no safety net for the ring. At least have a net underneath the ring or a parachute on the ring or something. But no. Anyway, he didn't drop the ring, so it's fine. I don't care if there was safety harnesses, okay? I mean, my legs are already weak, and then you're gonna make them even weaker with trying to be so romantic or incredibly inject adjective here. And that rock better be damn big, okay? Otherwise, you'll be meeting some other rock at the bottom of the ravine. I do not condone violence whatsoever. Meantime, what do we celebrate around the world? Well, today, on this January 22nd, it's Celebration of Life Day. Yes. And I think I did a little bit of that the other day. if you saw my other video on Instagram, I did the dance with my neighbors. So, okay, background. I did a video pretending as though my neighbors they party in the early hours of the morning. Turns out it's the ladies in the residence block next door, ladies and gents, and they do this practice dance. It's great exercise. I wasn't upset with them. Just upset they never invite me. Ha 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 ha. So then a lot of comments said, "Why don't you just go? I'm sure they'd love to have you there." And I tell you, it took me a month looking at them exercise and dance, a month before I plucked up the courage to finally go there and ask them, "Can I join you and film you, for fun, for the video?" And I did it. Yeah. It was really me coming out of my comfort zone. And that's why it's significant, because you're thinking, what? You do this all the time on camera. What are you talking about? Well, doing it without a crew, without the posse behind me. It was just by myself, me and my camera, and my mother-in-law, which is great. And I think it was also, it harkens back to a video I recently saw on IG. You can go follow her on Instagram, Humanity in Travel. Okay, her real name is Rose. Rose, like Rosie Lee and Aunty Lee's Daily Delights. By the way, do you like the show? Is it good? Is that all right? So Rose, she was in a bit of a crisis because she was turning 30. Really? Turning 30 is a crisis? Okay, sure. Wait till you reach 52. No crisis. But really, she wanted to do something monumental for that landmark in her life. So she met Steve Bartlett at a conference. She said, "Give me something, one challenge that will change my life, and I will do it, and I will document it." He said, "Anything?" She said, "Yes, anything." He says, for 365 days, at which she went, "Huh?" And he said, "You said anything. For 365 days, you will go up to a stranger and have a conversation with them, and you document it." And she was like, "Okay." And she's been doing it. Today's the 22nd. She's got a video out, I'm sure, today. I think the whole moral of this whole thing is, and including my story as well, is if you want to reach mastery of something, if you want to challenge yourself to do better in something, embarrassment is the price of entry. Now, it's not Steve Bartlett's quote. He's actually quoting somebody else, Ed Lattimore. It means that learning, growth, achieving mastery in any new skill, it says here, requires overcoming the fear of looking foolish or making mistakes as a beginner. So you must be willing to be imperfect publicly to eventually become skilled, as progress demands courage over polished perfection. It encourages what? Embracing vulnerability and starting even when uncomfortable to progress from novice to expert. It was something which I kind of like can feel an affinity to because I'm in a new phase in my life, right? And so when just doing that little step, doing these videos even, and you think it's nothing, but it's something to me. And I'm glad that you're watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please like, share, and subscribe right now. But it's significant because it's my own thing, right? And I hope to always give value. And so taking that step over just crossing the road to do that dance with them was something that I felt was monumental to me in a small but big way. And I loved it. It felt really good. It was like a dopamine hit, to come out of your comfort zone. So what's your comfort zone? Do you have one? I mean, are you just so comfortable are you feeling that you're not evolving? And maybe you don't need to evolve. Maybe you don't want to. That's you. That's fine. You do your thing. So I guess that was my little way of celebrating Life Day, right? And so other things you can do, what they say is when you want to celebrate Life Day, that's what we celebrate today. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, just little things that you take for granted in ordinary life. You must just say, okay, I celebrate it. Like having a roof over my head, or having a job, or having my children, having my parents with me still. And things like being in good health. All these are actually very, very valuable items that you might want to include in your moment of celebrating life today. And I think we tend to sweat the small stuff sometimes, or whine and groan about first world problems, right? So just take a moment today to go, okay, what am I grateful for? And a lot of little videos I've seen is that people further down the road of life, They think money, they think a house, they think something, all these different crazy things, right? But the most important thing they realized was their health. Their health was the most important thing. So drink lots of water and move, be mobile, stretch. Okay. So what other ways to celebrate Life Day? Take a walk down memory lane. So visit things that you enjoyed when you were a child. Okay. So a lot of adults spend vast tracts of their lives doing grown-up things, so we forget why. Why do we do all these adult things? It's really just to have fun and be happy. It's free up time so you can enjoy your life, right? So what did you like doing as a kid? Maybe try that. But disclaimer, please do not injure yourself. I recently started trying to do the videos where when I interview a friend of mine, a local celebrity, let's do a fun game, a retro game. And I wanted to do 0 point, but I realized at our age, doing 0 point is injurious to a lot of us. So we couldn't do 0 point. We ended up doing Snap. We ended up doing 5 stones. Safe, fun games as a kid. So please, if you're gonna celebrate and doing things like the things that you liked as a kid, please do the stuff that's safe for you right now. But of course, if you're healthy, you can jump around and bounce around, great, go for it. But just be safe. Absorb yourself in the here and now without continually worrying about the future. You take those negative thoughts and throw them out. Make that part of your life, really. Or if there's a negative thought, maybe tell yourself, how do I improve? How do I make myself a bit better? Okay, but for now, today, first be grateful and enjoy the things you like to do as a kid. So I celebrated by doing that little dance. Asking to join the dance troupe doesn't seem like a big deal, but for me it was, It's me without any backing. And I told myself, the worst is they just say no, right? I'd be heartbroken, sure. And I'd be staring at them weirdly for a few weeks from across the road, like, why? Why y'all say no? But I would get over it, right? I think. Embarrassment is the price of entry to mastery. Okay, go forth and enjoy. Be a master of your own universe. Masters of the universe. I'll see you in the next one. Have a fabulous day and like, share, subscribe, and of course, ding, notifications on every morning. Hi, I am your daily company. It's Vernetta. Go with the flow. Thanks. Bye.